Welcome or welcome back. Today is last day of February. It's the 28th, 2025, and I'm here to show you everything that I've worked on since I last saw you. So I last recorded on the 10th, right after the Super Bowl, and since then I have participated and joined in. I haven't posted on Instagram, but that's a rant for another day. I struggle with that app. I participated in the UXS 25, which is every February. Carla, who is Stitch Me Sane, and Kaylee 10 Stitch, they do this where they stitch on all of their unconventional xstitch projects. So I had 5. I thought that was great. I also decided to add a new one, so I now have 6. So I've worked on all 6, but then I had some time to work on a few other things, and so I'll show you those as well. I then have all new plans now starting for March 1st, or whenever I get to, probably won't be stitching until at least the 2nd. Anyway, I will go through my new plans, my new rotation, but let's start with what I did work on. This first one is Strength by Nicolee Payne. Now, these first 6, I'm not going to tell you, they're all charted by Unconventional xstitch, so rather than repeating myself. So this one, I have 2-page finishes. And here she is. Isn't she beautiful? I love that eye. Okay, so what did I do? This page still had some missing stitches, so I filled that in. Then I came down and I did this page and added a little bit more to her eye. And then I came down here and I started working on that page. So I have 2-page finishes, and I'm now at 35.85%. This is artwork that I say by Nicolee Payne, and I've done a little bit of the black all the way down, but I'm mainly focusing up here right now. So let me put in here where it was before. Yeah. So bring this in a little bit, and you can see some of these details. I'm getting closer to finishing her head wrap. I mean, there's a lot of head wrap. That scarf goes forever. And then here she has like braids, and so I'm getting into her hair. So yeah, I love her. Absolutely love her. This was supposed to be finished this year. I'm going to give you a little sneak peek into my plans. She's still going to be worked on every single month, but yeah, there was a little too much to do. So my plan now for her is to add 10 pages. And the reason I'm telling you that now is because this next one is Death in the Garden, and I have completed 10 pages. So I thought I would show you. This is what Death in the Garden will look like. I'm currently at 15.42%, and I completed 1 page on this. The artwork is by Megan Majewski, and here we go. So, and I'm getting into some really cool stuff now. So this is the page that I finished. A lot of really pale blues and turquoises, and so what I'm really excited, and then I came up here and I started this page. What I'm really excited about is this next diagonal of pages is going to bring me a lot of interesting bits. So this page will be the rest of this flower that you see growing out of her eye. You can see here I've got her forehead started, so her skin right up in here. So I'll be doing her face. I'll finish this flower on this page. I think there's a little bit more here. But I'll finish the flower and start getting into her face. And I think I'll even hit her eye, her other eye. And then down here, of course, we've got more of her hair. And then this page, when I get here, is the last page. That will be the bottom of the design. So let me bring this back, and you can see the effect of the whole thing. So let me bring this in closer, and you can see a close-up of what that page had looked like. So yeah, I love her. Megan is a great artist. I finished one of her other project pieces so far. Okay, so then the next one is Children of the Forest. This one I'm now at 3.75%. I completed 1 page on this, and the artwork is by Emily Fiegenschuh. I think I said that right. I looked it up and I think I said that right. So, Children of the Forest, I'm starting in the upper right-hand corner, which is where I like to start now. And there you go. I finished the page. And so the page actually ends about here. And I brought more down and I got this first bird in. Isn't she lovely? So I'm so happy with that. I just realized I'm not telling you the fabrics that I'm working on. Okay, so far all of these projects are on 18 count. Strength is on an 18 count very light pewter by Zweigart. So is Death in the Garden. And then this one is this is an 18 count that I dyed myself using charcoal because there's a lot of these light colors and I just didn't want to stitch on white. So I'll bring that in again and I love that bird. Okay, let me show you the before. And you can see I had a lot missing in that top page yet. So yeah, that's where that one is. This one works up much slower. There's not really confetti in here, but there's a lot of color changes. So this one takes me a little bit longer to do than some of my other pieces. Speaking of color changes, this next one is Only the Lonely. This is artwork is by Adrian Borda. This is on 18 count. It's not Zweigart, it's Kato from Amazon. I believe they changed their fabric though, and I don't like it as well. But this was the first piece I got. So I was working on the third page. I'm now at 6.83%. And here we go. I have one more page to reach the bottom. This is only three pages high. So I've been, as you can tell, working on, or as you might, these 2 pages were done and I was down here filling that in. That, I didn't want to keep having you hear that ambulance. Okay, so this top part was all so colorful and now this is all greens and browns and a couple golds, but you know what? I'm enjoying it. So yeah, that one's fun. This is going to come back out soon. You will hear about that one. Okay, this next one is Masquerade. The artwork is by Christopher Lovell. I restarted this recently, so it's at 4.17%. I started by doing the first page in the middle because I'm not doing the background. And then I realized that there was a lot of 939 that kind of outlines a lot of it. And so I decided to do 939, and that would kind of help me figure out what I'm not stitching. So here's the whole piece now. So you can see I've outlined the middle. So that was that page that I started in the middle, top middle. And since then, I've just been outlining. So what I did this time is I finished filling in this section, and then I came down and I put this in here. So I'm going to move this over and I will show you the before. So yeah, it's going to be gorgeous when all these colors go in. So this here is actually on the top, and yeah, but anyway, when all those colors go in and this all comes together, it's going to be so nice. I don't know how long. I still haven't decided if I'm going to do the entire piece, all the 939, or if I'm going to stop and do maybe a couple rows at a time, or I don't know. The outlining part makes it easier to figure out, like I said, what not to stitch in the background, because I originally was going to do the background. Okay, so this next one is a little more complicated because I decided to crop it. So this is by Starlight. The artwork is by Deana Bach Art. I've looked at this for so long, but I knew I was going to be bored stitching that sky. So at one point I decided, I was looking at it, I took my hand, I covered the top half to see what I thought, and I thought, yep, all I really want is her and that octopus. So this, sorry, excuse my arms itching. So this is all that I'm stitching. So I will show you next to each other so that you can see what's been cut off. And by cutting it off where I did, I cut off exactly 50%, which makes it easy to tell you what my percentages are because I just subtract 50 from whatever I have. And here is what I have. So I was kind of jumping around. I think you can see that. So I started with the shore, and that's all of the shore. There's some areas that it's much narrower, much, and others it's a little bit bigger. And then I started doing the water where the moonlight hits it, which is 3756. Yeah, if I bring it in, you can see. And then this down here is one of the first arms or tentacles of the octopus. So her face, her head is going to start coming in somewhere over here. So this is at 1.33%, and of course there's no before. Yeah, you can see so there's not too much of that moon, the starlight, whatever you want to call it, shining on the water. There's not too much of that really light area. So I think I'll be okay stitching it on white. So this one I'm really excited because, like I said, I have looked at that for so long and I loved it, but I kept saying, nope, you're going to get burned out on this guy. And once I realized that all I really wanted was her, I was good. I was good to go. Okay, so those are my 6 unconventional X-stitch projects that I have. So now the rest are just kind of some random pieces. There's 3? Yeah, there's 3 more that I did, and then we'll get into plans, because the plans are a lot different from what I've been doing the first part of this year. So the first one, this is a gift. This is The Office by Stitcharea. This works in Pattern Keeper. And so, I didn't tell you fabrics again. You know what? If you do want to know the fabric, it'll be down in the description box. I don't want to waste your time going back to it. This one is an 18 count Whimsey by Picture This Plus. And here's where I am. So, what did I work on? So I filled, did I do that one? Yeah, I think I did. Did I do that? I did that one. I finished, or did I finish that one? Oh, I should have looked. Okay, so I know I was working on this before the Super Bowl, so maybe that was done. Which means, did you see that one? I don't know. I did the tie. I did put in the roasted. I put the eyes in on the bat. And I started this right here. So that's what I've done. And I will put a before in so you can tell what I actually did do. Yeah, I'm now at, did I tell you, 24.94%. So, the person I'm making this for does not have any idea that I'm making it. So, it doesn't matter when I get it done because, yeah, she doesn't know about it. Alright, so the next one I had been working on, and this is called Spring by Mika, M-I-K-A, Mika Design, hold on, sorry, Mika Stitch Design. And I had this last egg. This is what it was supposed to look like. And I always knew I wanted these as ornaments, and I didn't want to do the solid piece. So I had done these 4 smaller ones before I was working on this one. I'd had a mistake that I had to rip out about 3 rows, and at the time that I did it, I didn't want to frog. So I finally sat down and frogged it out and then finished it. So those are my eggs. And I'm really happy. So now I just have to cut it all apart and finish it. But that's my finish there. And then I had a start and finish. So this is Christmas Music Notes by Climbing Goat Designs. And yeah, let me show you. So this is what you get when you purchase it. And it's really inexpensive. You get all 6 of these. And my granddaughter, I do an ornament for her every year. And she's extremely musical. She plays clarinet in the marching band. And she plays electric guitar. So this is going to be her ornament this year. And there's little like white snowflakes around here. You can see better, I think, in real life. They do show up better. But that's her. Yeah, that's going to be her ornament. So I do need to fully finish it, but I will do that closer to Christmas time. So that's what I stitched on. So now we can go into plans. And as I was thinking about how I was going to explain my plans, I thought, let me put together a calendar. And as I talk through this, for those of you who are more visual, maybe this will make more sense. So I have 2 focus pieces moving forward. The first one is strength, which is now buried. And I had yeah, I'm not going to pull that out. I had planned to finish that this year. I started January with 133,000 stitches, I believe. Yeah, I don't have, here it is. I started with 133,000. I now have 125,000. At this rate, I would need to do 15,000 stitches roughly every single month. With summer coming, that might take me the entire month to do. So I decided I don't want that to become a chore. I love her too much. I'm going to work on her every single month, but I'll finish her next year when I'm under 100,000. So here's how I break down my, I'm going to put the calendar up now. Oops, sorry, I kicked you. I'm going to put the calendar up now, and you can see it. My first focus piece is, well, Eyes of the Forest. We'll put the calendar up in a minute. And this is currently, I don't think I put down where it's at. This is currently at 51 or 52%. And so, yeah, last time you saw it, I had filled in this, filled in all this, and, you know, did a little bit more around the face and such. This will be finished soon. This will get 2 weeks every month until it's done, and it should be done sometime in May. So that is my first focus. That will be, so okay, looking at the calendar again. I know what I want to say, but my brain and my mouth are not connecting. Okay, so I will give that roughly 4 days. I've gone ahead and blocked out Monday through Friday on this calendar, just because every now and then, if I'm in the middle of something that I want to finish, I'll go ahead and finish it. When I'm working on my full, now my non-full coverage, I don't enjoy doing a full week on anything. But my full coverage, I like working for sometimes 5 days. But I'm going to shoot for 4, and then if, like I say, I'm right in the middle of something I want to finish, I'll go ahead and give it a 5th. And that will get 2 weeks. And as you can see, I kind of plan to alternate it just because I don't want to get burned out. So that will be that. And then strength will get 1 week. And again, probably the 4 days. Then I have a random week. So there's, 4 weeks in a month. That's 3 weeks between strength and Eyes of the Forest. And so at that point, I will spin a wheel that has everything except what my focus pieces are. And I will work on that. My other focus piece is going to be on Sunday. So now I know that Eyes of the Forest should be done sometime in May. I will need to replace it with another one I can finish. And the next smallest one at this point is Only the Lonely. So I will put this in every Sunday just to start chipping away, so that when Eyes of the Forest is done, this won't have as much to do, and this will just replace Eyes of the Forest. And at that point, I kind of have an idea which will be the next smallest, and that will take over the Sunday slot. And then Friday and Saturday, what am I doing? Well, Friday and Saturday, I have a wheel. I have taken my focus pieces out, so Only the Lonely, Strength, and Eyes of the Forest are not on the wheel. And then everything else I have, including my non-full coverage pieces, will go on this wheel, and I will work on them on the weekends. Now, the weekends are those times that sometimes I've got plans, I have the grandkids spend the night, I may not get the entire time, or I may spin something that I'm just in an area that I'm not in the frame of mind to work on right then. So I'll give that 1 day and spin again for a second day. So the weekends are going to be very flexible. The weekdays, not so flexible. But I think that's, let me see if there's anything else I didn't tell you. Yeah. Oh, the wheel for my weekends, well, my wheels, I will not reset it until I've touched everything. So my weekend wheel, when I use that, I will spin it over and over, and when it's finally done, I've touched everything, I'll go back and reset it and start over. My weekly focus pieces, I'm not going to do that because that way, if something is spun more than once, it means that I will see a lot of progress, making me feel really good about the end of the year. Now, I know I will do this for March and April. May, I had played around with something different I was going to do, and I don't know if I'm going to do that yet. So I'm still kind of playing. If I don't, I will continue with this. This will kind of be my rotation for throughout the rest of the year, except for those times that I decide to switch it up with something special. I have plans in August. Like I said, I kind of have plans for May, but we'll see if I'm feeling it. If not, I'll continue with this rotation. So I think that's pretty much it. You know, I will be working on Eyes of the Forest. You may see Strength next time, or you may see the random focus piece, and you'll see whatever, you'll see Only the Lonely, and you will see whatever gets pulled out for the weekends. And with that, I guess I should let you go. I've got so much to get done. Well, before I let you go, I'll kind of tell you. So, my granddaughter is in a play. She's been in the drama club. This is her 3rd year, and they're performing their play this weekend. So, I'm leaving to go to the play in a couple hours here. And then after the play, now my grandchildren are great. My son has a son and a daughter, and they very much support each other in all their activities. But my grandson has a limit. He's 10, and I've told you this kid has a sense of humor. He came to me, so she has, her play goes Friday, Saturday, and Sunday afternoon. So the play is the same play, is performed every day. My grandson was very excited to see his sister on Friday. Not so excited to see the same play Saturday and Sunday. So after her 1st year, we've decided that I would go to the one show, because I only go to one. And after that, my grandson would come and spend the weekend with me, so he doesn't have to sit through the same play 2 more times. And I will tell you, the 1st year, he came to me and he said, he was 8. He said, he calls me Nima. Actually, now he calls me Neems. But he said, Nima, I'm getting old. And of course, you know, at my age, I'm chuckling. And it's like, really? You're getting old? He goes, yeah, you know how I know? And I said, no, tell me how you know. He said, when I had to sit through 3 shows of my sister's play, my back and butt hurt. And I said, okay, gotcha. I could not stop laughing. That's how you know you're old, when you don't like sitting because you get stiff. So yeah, tonight I'll go to the play, and then my grandson will come spend the weekend. And her last play, it's going to be about dinner time by the time they get over here to pick him up. So I will have this entire weekend with the kids. No time to stitch. But that's okay. Like I say, that boy keeps me on my toes. He keeps life interesting. And yeah, so that's what I'll be doing this weekend. And yeah, with that, I hope that gave you kind of a chuckle. I will let you go, and I will see you on the 15th of March. Until then, enjoy your stitching. Hopefully you can enjoy some weather and get outside. We're getting a little bit warmer here, so. And have a great day. Bye.